Hey, welcome to my channel. This reading will be on your past lives, and I'll be telling you a bit of details about them. So, this is going to be part one. Part two. Part three. Part four. Part five. And part six. Hello to those who chose part one. So, this is a past life reading, and I've had experience. Please listen to like this little tiny part because I want to let you know my experience with this. I've been able to channel messages for other people, for the past loved ones, who have passed on. I've been able to connect with energies beyond our realm. If you believe whatever you believe, if you believe in heaven, if you believe in hell, I've interacted with quite a few spirits. That's like my resume. But my point in saying that is that whoever's coming to these readings, whoever's going to be choosing these piles, I want to give you guys the utmost best like service. You get me? Like I want to give you guys the most accurate information as possible. I want all the messages to go through. So I'm gonna be straight up channeling like how I do if I connect with someone else's loved ones and I want to let them know about things. I wonder how that's gonna play out because I've never done that on this channel. I've always held back because it takes out a lot of my energy. But yeah, a lot of these messages will be intuitive. Anyways, this particular past life reading is going to be on not your most recent past life. It is the past life that you will most connect with. So, right now, before reading anything, interpreting anything, I'm going to be channeling energy right now. They're saying something about frog spirit. I'll put it on the screen to look up exactly what the meaning of that is. I'm channeling a male, someone who's wearing or who would often wear cardigans, and like underneath the cardigan, obviously there's like a button-up shirt, like regular pants, maybe even khaki, but maybe this might be the most recent past life because I'm getting someone who's dressing like kind of like modern times, so at least for sure the 2000s or the 1900s. I'm getting someone who has brown eyes and just typical brown hair. Honestly, I'm channeling like a white male. The next one I will be channeling is, I don't know what this dinosaur is called, and then I got like the ancient tree of life, and it's really beautiful, and the dinosaur's just right next to it. It's resting, and a butterfly, but with the butterfly, I'm getting a lot of songs with it, like a bunch of energetic songs, like cute. It has a good energy to it. So yeah, those are the three different past lives I'm channeling. If you're clicking on this reading, And if you don't have the ability to tap into your intuition and know which past life was it, if it was the dinosaur one, the white male that I was talking about, or the butterfly, if if you don't have the ability to tap into understanding with your intuition which one it will be, I'm just getting to say click off. What all three of these past lives have in common, like I was getting embracing, like a sense of freedom about them. All three of them, like following the beat of their own drum, nurturing others while at it too, or their own way of nurturing. So the white male is getting nurturing other people and being very kind. With the dinosaur, I was getting like nurturing themselves. It's like self love. And with the butterfly, their own vibrational frequency was healing. It's nurturing, and anything around the butterfly will be nurtured. You get me? So if they're in contact with other butterflies or even other humans, any other animal, it's like that whoever they're in contact with will automatically start feeling relief and start feeling calm and serene. Y'all, honestly, I don't even know about this past life stuff, but I didn't know I was gonna channel animals. So I didn't know I was gonna channel animals. Okay. Oh, let's get started with the songs first. So you got Who That Boy by Tyler the Creator, and you got the lyrics to Seven Rings by Ariana Grande. Whichever one was your past life, either way, it's like being self-absorbed, really showing love to themselves, really being confident about themselves. I put myself first before I put others, even if I was in love with someone else, not even someone, it could be just another organism. Because I mean, I talked about animals. So even if I was in love with another animal or person, whatever your past life was, there's a sense of independence. Like I need to be on my own for a while. I need to be away from everybody, including the love of my life, including anybody. I need alone time to myself. But if it's the human, it's more of them being very confident in themselves and constantly making money and constantly opening avenues with that. Like very socially savvy and being confident in their skills 100%. This person had amazing skills in whatever profession that they did. Okay, guys, well, I'm going to be putting it on the screen. I got this picture to represent your past life. Oh my gosh, and it's a butterfly. What the fuck? But yeah, I'm getting to look at the image afterward. But that's so weird. So first I will channel the butterfly past life. And then I will channel the dinosaur past life. It was Tyrannosaurus here. Wait, I'm gonna look that up. Oh, okay, there. It was a Triceratops. And it was like orange. Okay, so then I'll do the butterfly, Triceratops, and then the male white guy. Okay, so first the butterfly. Okay, I would also just like to reiterate one more time that I'm sorry if you're disappointed that intuitively you feel more connected to an animal and if you're kind of disappointed in that, but there's a reason why you feel intuitively drawn to the butterfly message or the Triceratops message, okay? Because it will tie in with the lesson that you have to learn in this life and stuff like that. Okay, so with the family, I'm getting that this would make sense in general. Butterflies are made in like a cocoon and then they spread out and then they're a butterfly and they're once a worm. Coming out of the cocoon, if it's like you're reborn, like you don't even remember anything that happened before. And it's like I'm all alone. I was getting a beautiful blue butterfly. It felt held back by its like biological structure, like genetics, it felt held back. So, okay, I'm out in this new world and I can't do the things that I want to do. So, butterflies can fly, they can eat little insects and stuff, but maybe they end up seeing a spider weave a web and it's like, man, it would be really nice if I can weave a web. Or seeing another animal, let's say, like have arms and be able to eat with it. And I can't do that. I can only fly, or I can only do what I can do. And it's like I have a genuine spirit, but I'm forced to live a lackluster life. So, I mean, might as well make the most out of it. When the butterfly reached the end of its life, let's say, whether it was sudden or not, it didn't really matter because their state of mind at the time is just being content with death. Which I know sounds sad because it's like you're not being sad that you die, but in this butterfly's case, it was like all its life. It felt like if it was living in like a body that it didn't want to be in, but not in a bad way. Like they made the use of it. I feel like this butterfly is pretty optimistic and stuff, but if you believe, like let's say someone's gonna stab you in your face and like you in your brain and like you have no control to move or not, like it's just too late, you just pass away with a smile as like death like grabs you, that's how I feel in this butterfly's whole life cycle it was. And it makes sense why not too many stuff came out for the butterfly too. So I wonder how the other ones will be. Okay, so now onto the triceratops. Okay, yeah. So this triceratops, when it was first born, and I think in general, I think it had like separation anxiety. Very much was like attached to the family, and I was getting, how whenever someone has like Tourette's and they do like a lot of ticks at once or something, maybe something triggers it. But I'm getting the same thing for the triceratops, but there was nothing wrong with the triceratops because it was like genetic. So like the whole family had it. It could be that like maybe human vision, let's say we can see all of this, but they can only see this much. So like reflexively, like in their genetics is like them going like that constantly or something. It's like little things like that, or maybe they like the feeling of ground against their feet, so they're constantly stomping. Like they don't stop stomping. Like I'm just getting little quirks like that, but it's genetic though. But yeah, I got the word fickle, the Triceratops' personality, like fickle and sassy. And this makes sense, but as the Triceratops got older, the more everything just made sense in general. So I'm assuming that represents maturing. But as they started maturing, you have to start feeding yourself. You have to create your own family. So I think that's what they just ended up naturally doing. It's just a part of evolution. But the thing is that the more they got older, the more they missed their youthful days. So I guess this can kind of tie in with the separation anxiety. Honestly, I'm not really missing the family too much that helped raise them. It's they missed the state that they were in when they were younger. So they just missed the youthfulness and the adventurous spirit that that their environment allowed them to flourish in. Because now it's different, because now it's like I have responsibilities, I have to mature, I have to get food, maybe even for my family, whatever. And with it, if you believe, like the older they got, the happier, the more grateful they were for life. So, but the more they were more grateful for life as they got older, the more connected with nature they were. So, which meant that the more isolated they were from their family. So I'm not surprised if this because this feels kind of like a selfish energy. So I'm not surprised if the Triceratops ended up leaving their family so that way like the mother could just raise the children on their own and just ended up dying peacefully in acceptance and like bliss of their own values and truth because they're surrounded by nature. So this makes sense with the imagery I was getting with the Triceratops, and it was like resting on the ancient life tree. So I think that that was supposed to represent their death. So that was a way that they died. They died happily and peacefully because they were with nature. But they were so at one with nature that I don't think that they were connected with their family or anyone else anymore. They only wanted to be by themselves, and they loved and enjoyed being alone. But it's like a good death, you know. Like it's like I lived a content life. I liked my life. So now moving on to the human male. I think that this human male lived a very egoistic life. Like how I said, they genuinely made a lot of. I think that this person was very successful and made a lot of money because of their skills. They were very very talented in whatever they did, but there was a sense of like I don't care about my true purpose because look at all this money I have. Like, isn't this my true purpose? You know, definitely not spiritual. Yeah, I'm not surprised if this male did not believe in spirituality at all. They're using spiritual words. I'm hearing spiritual words to describe themselves, but it's not it. Like, they're misinterpreting it. So, one of them I was getting was like being a conduit. So, with what I mean is like, I'm blessed with all this money, so let me be a channel for like God and let me give money to these people. They're seeing it from an egoistic perspective. You get me? Like if they had the urge to donate, let's say, or to give back, they assumed that that was like a message from spirit and stuff, but in reality it was from themselves, and it's just to kind of serve this egoistic like pride that they have, you know, to kind of fuel it. But I am seeing them giving back to the community and being very nice to other people too and offering up opportunities. So I think that this male, I was going to say young male, but this male was able to build a good karma because they did good things. I don't think that this person went about, if they saw corruption, they would just dance around it. They didn't want to join it. That's what I mean. But yeah, it's like loving to bring other people who are like unknown into like projects that they have, so that way they can benefit socially too or monetarily, however it be, you know. This person just have a caring side to them. I think it's just full of ego though. Like it's ego driven. So yeah, I'm getting that like societally they were seen as, you know, great. I think that they were high up there in the quote unquote like food chain, you know, and like social class, let's say. They gave back to their family, to their parents, to anyone who's really helped them out. So yeah, I'm seeing everyone like them. There's not one person that doesn't like them. I think that people who don't like this person are like jealous or like hear rumors about them. Because even though if someone sees through uh this male's egoistic intentions, let's say with like giving back and stuff, at the end of the day, it's like they're doing good. So there's no reason to hate on this person. So that's why I'm saying those are the only two reasons I could see someone ever hating on them. And with the backward, I'm getting when your person was ending well, I mean, was nearing the end of their life, I think that they had something like dementia or like memory loss. I'm really getting like something like dementia because I'm just getting reverting back to how you were when you were younger. This is like you're in an old person body, so like their cognitive abilities got the best of them. By the time this person passed away, I don't even think that they even realized that they passed away because they didn't know what was going on. Like imagine like a blank face, like someone having a blank face and you're trying to talk to them and they're just staring in space and it's like they can't see anything going wrong around them. They're just so off, like they're just in a whole other world. Then it's like, okay, well I guess I gotta pull the plug on this person or just this person just ended up like passing away without even knowing that they passed away really. Okay. I'm looking back at the photo. I pulled out more cards in regards to what out of the three that you ended up most resonating with, what was their life lesson or lessons? And I'm already getting with the picture that everything's absolved, like they learned their lesson. And I think in their life, they were supposed to learn about instinct and following it. And that's what all three of them did. And I was getting the phrase absolved from any fear, hate, or gluttony. So maybe that's what's going to happen with your life. Because there's a reason why it's popping up for you, these past lives. And then I'm getting triggering change and staying closely bonded. I'm just getting a lot of little tiny messages, but they all just seem like uplifting. Like I was getting like persistence is key. I'm just getting other ones too, but those are all I'm just gonna let you know about. I don't know why I feel the need to mention this, but there was this one time that I was on my laptop, guys, probably 2 or 3 in the morning, and I swear on my life, I saw this like light and it was like an orb and it went through my computer screen and but in my computer screen it was gray and it went through it and then I saw it in real life and like it passed by like white and it just flew away. I was meant to say that whichever past life is whatever I just said. Look, I don't know how past lives and like your soul works. Like I don't know how these connections work, but from what I'm getting, it's them touching your soul and connecting with your soul for a bit, like this particular past life that I've been mentioning, and giving you a bunch of positive affirmations. Yeah, just uplifting you, especially in times of need. So maybe you might have an affinity with them. I don't even think that you know it though. I don't think that you know it. Because with the example that I gave with my personal experience, I had no idea who that orb was, what was going on. Okay, well, this pile is supposed to be on what are their unfinished lessons that they had in their particular life. I will be tailoring it to whichever one of the three that you chose. Okay, and you guys got the lyrics to Cocktail by Earth Gang. Okay, so with the lyrics especially, this unfinished lesson or lessons, it's not your past life's fault that they didn't finish this lesson. I feel like at this point, after saying that, I think it's impossible for us to finish all the lessons that we were supposed to learn in every life. So especially it's a good thing that I clicked on that. I was able to choose that image because they were supposed to, you know how we all have like a life lesson to learn. I think your past life was able to overcome this life lesson that they were supposed to learn, and that was about trusting their instincts and just like being themselves, basically embracing themselves. And I guess they didn't find the perfect balance. So they didn't find the answers to their existential questions. An example would be with the butterfly one. they weren't able to be satisfied with their own body because they were too. The butterfly wanted to be many things. They wanted to mimic other insects, let's say, or mimic other animals, but they just couldn't because they were physically limited by their body. Their life lesson that they didn't overcome was that to be content with themselves, basically, or to satisfy that craving. And with the triceratops, it's like I went after chasing my calling. Everyone around me, I didn't bring them up too. I just left them alone. I abandoned them, or I didn't bother trying to make any connect. Like I'm more of seeing them with the triceratops. Like whoever they meet, they end up like steamrolling, even if they don't even mean it intentionally. So that could mean for like a meal, they end up killing them. Or if it's not that, like another animal, another triceratops tries like maybe making a friend or something with them, and it's just they're so uninterested. And with the human, they were able to live the life that they thought that they always wanted, but they never truly went out. They never bothered doing introspection to find out what they truly liked. Like, what truly are my hobbies? Their hobbies involved other people, so that way they can just benefit from it. They were too much in like society and like what they thought. That's so funny with the muses. There's three of them. Wow, I'm hearing a lot of ringing. Each time I'm about to let you guys know something, I think I should tell you whenever I hear ringing because I think that that means that it's really important. So basically, their unfinished lesson for any three of them, it was that they never saw themselves as enough. They gave too much credit to their environment. There you go. Wow, that was beautifully said. So with the butterfly was never satisfied being themselves. They always wanted to be someone else, right? With the triceratops, they were so like engorged with, is that even how you would even say that phrase? Like they were so infatuated with nature and stuff that they overlooked themselves. And the same thing with the human, because they were so involved with society that they never bothered doing introspection. So over here is not being satisfied with who you are and what you are, and always going after the aspirations or finding love and joy in other things but not yourself, basically, because like investing in yourself isn't enough. You have to invest in other things. So that was their unfinished lesson. But overall, with their life lesson that they were supposed to achieve, they did achieve it.
Okay, guys, the next one is going to be what are your lessons in this life that you have right now? Can you see it?
So you guys got four songs. They all just came out. So it was I Spoke to the Devil in Miami and he said everything would be fine by X. And then you got Adventure of a Lifetime by Coldplay, which honestly I was obsessed with that song for like 3 years. So Gummy by Brockhampton and Sucker by Jonas Brothers. And the picture that you guys got, which I will look at after I'm done interpreting the songs, I'm gonna show it on the screen already. It says know your worth and then add tax. I think you give too much credit to time. You put too much worry on the fact that every second of your life that goes by, you're just getting older. You're not getting any younger. I think you're still engulfed in this, or if you're not, I think that you're currently recovering from this because this is a very hard lesson to get over for you in particular. Because it's like, well, I'm doing this as my job, but in the next 2 years, I want this to be my job. So I have to wait a whole 2 years in order to make that step. But what can I do in the meantime to not waste my time? Is that even enough? Am I doing enough out of my day? Like, you're not even being satisfied having freedom, like having a whole week of vacation to yourself. Like, you don't even. I could picture you not really knowing what exactly to do. Maybe you would be fine with a 2 day vacation, 3 day vacation, but if it lasts a whole week, it's like no, like I'm wasting time. Come on, guys. Like, I can be making money right now. Like there's this constant with the adventure of a lifetime. I'm getting it's an inner restlessness that's stirring inside you that you're not enough if you're not productive. The issue with this type of mentality and with this lesson that you have to learn in regards to that is that you don't even realize, but you are going because you're not taking your time and slowing down and fully thinking the options that you're choosing, whatever you're volunteering in, let's say whatever money you're trying to make in other avenues and streams, you're overlooking the little details, and that's what's gonna make you a sucker. So like the song, that's what's I don't know, it's like you creating obstacles for yourself because you're not being patient and you're not taking your time and you're not fully enjoying life for what it is. I think that you may be spiritual, okay? You may have had the spiritual awakening and stuff, but you need to calm down. You need to truly connect with be at one with nature, let's say. You know how with the past lives they weren't focusing on themselves at all and they were putting all their energy into the external environment. I think that you're opposing that. I think that that's why they came up as the past life that you're supposed to hear about because you're the you're all about yourself and like what you can do to better yourself and like you always just want to it's like on to the next one, on to the next one. You need to learn that you should balance yourself out by being more like the past life that you resonated with specifically. Okay, so it was a good thing that three of them came out because I think that that's going to tailor specifically to your personality. So let's say, like, I'm describing someone who's kind of neurotic, but for all I know, maybe you're actually pretty lax and chill, but you just found out that you want to be a doctor and you're an art major and you're a senior in college. Like, like something like that where it's like, oh, I just feel like you're going to find yourself in situations a lot like that in life if that resonates for you. I don't know, like whatever troubles you're having that resonate with the message that I just said, you're gonna have you're gonna that problem is gonna always come up in your life. Okay, it's always gonna somehow manifest, and it's because you're overlooking the little details and you're not taking your time. And you should learn from whatever past life that you had resonated with to be more like that. So if it's with the human, make you need to make more enjoyable connections. Try to have fun, like boosting your social status, let's say. So that could be through like internet media, right? That could be posting yourself or being creative like that. Like having a creative outlet like that can also benefit you socially. So that way that can start easing this inner restlessness that you're not doing enough, that you're not being productive, because that is you being productive, but that'll help you kind of calm your mind. You'll find social media like a calming mechanism. And then with the Tyrannosaurus one, let's say maybe you do need to connect more with nature. Maybe you do need to start planting plants. Maybe for all I know, you'll end up wanting like a planting business or something. And then with the butterfly, it's like you need to stop focusing on I need to do this and this and this and this, and you need to pick up different skills from other people, let's say, or not even from other people, just like observe animals or just be observant of your surroundings and take in what's all around you and learn from them and either learn a new skill or learn a new habit. Because like how I said with the inner restlessness, I think that your personality is simply just like that. So it's giving you solutions of how to make yourself feel like if you're being productive, yet you're calming your brain down. You're giving yourself time to slow down and that'll end up benefiting you in the future. Now, with this neurotic personality of yours, technically it is an inner restlessness, okay, guys? Even if you're chill, honestly, you're only chill because your life is together right now. If it was not together, if it wasn't going in line, I feel like you would then, But anyways, that doesn't matter. With the picture, I'm getting that you have this plan set for yourself, and you know how I said that you overlook the little details? The detail that you're overlooking is that you're underselling yourself. So I'm gonna give an example. So let's say you just found out that you wanna be a doctor, and like how I said before about you're a senior and you're an art major. So you're thinking, okay, I have to make this plan. So I have to start volunteering at different hospital centers. I have to start meeting with people who are linked with different hospital centers, let's say, and I have to slowly end up building these connections. And it's going to probably take me like 2 or 3 years, but it's okay. I have to be persistent and consistent. And it's like, you make your plan and you don't bother revising it. I think that you just go and do it. But you need to calm down and rethink it again because you're underselling yourself. There's an easier way to go about, like, quote unquote, like with my example, going out to be a doctor. You'd be surprised how maybe your major um ends up playing into you wanting to be a doctor. Like, I think that you're just going to completely forget about the art major and just be like, okay, I only want to focus on being the doctor. But it's like you need to incorporate what you learned in your past into your present. And I think that you're not doing that. You're thinking that you have to start over. Or okay, but that was my example. But another one is like, let's say you're starting up a business, or you're working on projects with a lot of people, but you let other people take the credit, or you need to stop this 3 year plan. Like, you need to do it within like a year. Like, you need to speed up the process, or there's just something that you're overlooking in your life that you have a goal towards, and there's a way more efficient way for you to go about it. And I think that even me telling you this, you're like, what are you talking about? Like, the plan is the plan, like it makes sense. And it might make sense, but you'd be surprised from a fresh, like, what's that saying, like, from a fresh eye perspective, from another perspective, how if you were to tell someone about your plan, they would be like, oh, like, but don't you think that this and this, like, oh, I also heard about this, that you can do that can like help you like alleviate your process or something, or help alleviate your stress. Maybe you do have a business, let's say, and you're always stressed out, you're always busy, and it's like, maybe why don't you get an assistant? It's little things like that, but I think that you need opinions from other people because you're too headstrong on your mindset. Whew, okay. And also, I don't think that you like people critiquing your life plan or whatever this goal is of yours. I don't think you like that. But I'm just letting you know, I think that you have to get other people's perspectives on it. So I'm done with analyzing the photo. Now I'm going here. Okay, guys. I'm getting the message from this pile, and I have two different interpretations, okay? So the first one is going to be for a more specific group of you. The other one, I think, is just like the rest of you. So the more specific one, first off, is if you are specifically launching like a spiritual business, or you're trying to sell your services, it's not going to last. You're not going to make as much profit as you thought. You don't have a blessing from spirit to do this. Maybe you need to increase your spiritual gifts. You need to still continue meditating. Maybe you need to reach a certain level of enlightenment more for them to accept this. But yeah, it's not. It's not going to work out. You're going to see constant opposition with that. I think that a huge lesson that you have to learn in this life, I can picture you having a lot of little lessons. I think that one of the lessons I told you was about this planning thing, and about how the past life that you were supposed to resonate with most with, that you chose, let's say, how you're supposed to learn from them and whatever life that they lived, okay? So I think that that was one lesson, but another lesson that I'm really getting that's coming through. Okay, so I'm gonna give an example. So let's say part one. Let's say you're whatever you're doing. I'm assuming that you're sitting down or something, or maybe you're cleaning. I don't know, but like you're stationary, right? So you're there doing your own thing, watching this pick a card, hearing this pick a card, whatever you're doing. You can't see spirits, but you don't know. But there's a spirit right next to you, and they're holding a check, and it says $1 million, but you can't see them. And this spirit is always next to you throughout your whole life, and you don't bother. You don't even know first off that they're right next to you, and you don't bother even have that realization that if I can see the spirit and they have this check for $1 million, they will give me a gift of $1 million, and I can then manifest that $1 million super, super rapidly in this reality. Okay, y'all, I really gotta wrap this up because my babe's calling me, so I feel bad, but okay. If you just ask the angels around you, the spirits around, the good spirits around you, God, whatever you believe in, the higher power, if you just ask them for help, they will give it to you. But the thing is, with the summer, it's like you have not even warmed up to the spirits around you. I could picture this how like you don't really have the ability to, you know how I said it in the beginning of this reading that I can sense, well, I don't know if you know this, but I can like sense spirits around me, and I can connect with them, and I can say messages that they want to give to other people. Let's say you can't do that. And I think that your challenge, like a life lesson that you have to learn, is to be able to learn this ability that I have that I was just telling you about. So that way you can then have an intimate connection with the spirits around you and ask them for financial help, let's say, or they will give it to you. Like whatever your manifestation with money is, like they will help you out. Just incorporate them. If you do spells, just incorporate them in the money spells. Like they will bolster it. And I think it's more of like you asking them for advice because they want to give you specific advice. And I think that that's why you have to learn this ability so that way you can tune into them and they can tell you specific advice. But the problem is that also with the taker, it's like you're seeing it as like, how can I be so disrespectful? How can I use them like that? Like that's not even I'm not even about do like I could picture you just being very oppositional to what I'm saying. It's right here. A life lesson I think that you have to learn, especially from the other past lives, is to be able to embrace what comes to you. You don't have to do everything by yourself. Okay. And the last one is going to be your past life, the people that I was just channeling or the animals that I was just channeling, what would they want to tell you? What are their messages for you? Well, okay. When I asked this question, I said all past lives. So, like in general, what would all your past lives want to let you know? And you got the lyrics to LLC by Nicki Minaj. A message that they would like to give to you. It's pretty kind of sweet and simple. I'm getting to be really gentle with you, very kind. In general, I think high vibing spirits are usually very kind. You know that saying where if you don't do it now, you're going to regret it for the rest of your life? It's like keep that saying in mind and don't live your life with those kind of regrets. Like always remember that. You know how I said earlier how your plan, maybe your goal in life, it's you're underselling yourself and you actually need to make it go faster or something or facilitate it. It's like sometimes we go about life where we don't even realize it. We have the best intentions, but we're just doing things wrong, and you're gonna realize it too late that you're doing things the wrong way or that you're going too slow. And you don't want to realize that too late. You want to realize that as soon as possible. And you know how I said before about spirituality? This is so beautiful. If you try to harness and develop this spiritual gift that I was telling you about, just in general, just to connect and vibe with the good spirits around you, with the angels, with God, with whoever you believe in, like the higher power, just you continuously raising up your vibration and you speaking with them and having a great relationship with them will only benefit your life goals. Okay? I know before I said how you can ask monetarily, but their message for you is genuinely like a good relationship with spirit will always lead to a good life. In your case, because I think that you like to take action on things. And in general, I'm seeing them. I think that they love who you are. They love the person that you are, the individual that you are. I know I was critiquing you about your personality, about you being kind of restless, but it's like it's the way that you are, and they accept you for who you are, and they think that you're a beautiful human being. And it's like we're only letting you know this so that way you can only benefit. Don't take this as criticism. It's something that you're going to regret later on in life if you don't start connecting with spirit now and making it a habit, let's say. You're only going to become a happier person. You're only going to have a happier life by fixing your mistakes and to not get too overwhelmed with responsibilities. I'm really getting that too. So maybe you needed to hear that, but that was all I had for you. That the beautiful reading. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your energy and your past lives. Very interesting, very informative. And I hope you guys have a good day or night. Bye. Oh, and please subscribe, like, and just you can dislike if you want and comment. Yeah, sorry. I feel like I'm starting on. Okay. Bye. Hello to those who chose part 2. So first, hear me out. Don't I'm gonna like let you know. So usually, whenever people click on a past life reading, they assume that it's like their last past life. Because I mean, that's what I would assume. So that's why I assume that you think that. But this is actually the past life that's going to be coming through today is the past life that most resonates. That is going to help you and most resonate with you right now. But regardless, it was your past life. But I don't know how long ago it was. So first, I got songs for you, and I also picked out a picture that was supposed to represent your past life. First, I'm getting to do the song, look at the picture, and then analyze what type of past lives they're going through. If you're coming here, I always set the intention for every reading. For the past few readings, that I only want high vibing people on my channel or those who are on their way to raising up their vibrations. So with that in mind, I assume that you're an intuitive human being. You can use your discernment. With the last pile, I ended up having 3 different past lives that came through, so that way you can choose which, like your intuition lets you know, okay, it was actually the human one, it was actually butterfly one, it was actually the dinosaur one. So like those 3 came through, and you're gonna decide on your discernment and on your intuition which one it is. Okay, so I don't know how it's gonna play out. I'm gonna do that soon. But first, I'm gonna analyze the song and the picture. So you got Again by Noah Cyrus and by XXX Tentacion, and then you got the lyrics to Tonya by Brockhampton. What I'm channeling is a very melancholy, distressed feelings. Like it could be, I'm gonna give examples like trauma after trauma after trauma after trauma. It doesn't end, and your past life being inflicted by that, or just deep sadness that follow them for the rest of their life. Just, I'm not even feeling anxiety. It's like a slow energy, it's like a muted energy. So, what's associated with this could be like dissociation. If you don't know what that is, that's basically whenever someone, well, there's two different terms for it, I think, but there's one where you can literally like, it's like you're viewing yourself from a third eye perspective and you're not even in your body. And there's another one where it's like you are just so disconnected from your feelings and stuff that you're just there. Like you're not doing anything. Like I'm really feeling that. This is very sad. It's like not even being able to enjoy the moment, what's going on. And like people asking what's wrong and they're trying to let them know, but it just doesn't come out right. So maybe this could be like, if you know cerebral palsy, I think there was a famous man who had cerebral palsy and he was very brilliant. I will put up a picture of him, but that's what cerebral palsy is. So maybe he couldn't speak. Like your past life couldn't speak. Maybe your past life had schizophrenia and they experienced like word salad. So whatever they say just doesn't make any sense to the average person. It has no like syntax to it. Yeah, guys, this is really sad. That's just what I'm getting. A lot of mental health issues. So on the screen, I'm gonna put up the picture that I got. I shuffled from a whole bunch of them and I got this one, and I'll read out loud. It says, "Am I supposed to put their user?" It's because this is like embarrassing. Okay, look, I'll blur out her picture. I'll blur out her picture, okay, because it's like her actual face. But anyways, it says, "Cry to my boyfriend over how much I miss being friends with my ex, and rather than get mad, he held and assured me he'd be a better lover and friend to me. Then went further to take the day off to be with me because he wanted to make sure I was no longer sad. God, I see your hands." I'm seeing it from like a third person perspective for your past life. This is very sad. I think that your past life person, they had a good support system. They had a lot of people that loved them and cared for them. Even if it wasn't too many, it's like the few that they were very strong and always try to help your person. Nothing would ever work. They had mental health issues. You know how we said that before the songs, they needed mental help. They needed medication, whatever it was. Like they needed a scientific backing to help them out, and they never were given that resource. And I don't blame your past life person or the people around your past life person because I don't think no one knew better to try to give them help. They thought that eventually their love and kindness would end up penetrating your past life person and eventually it would end up working, but it never did. And it's because there was literally a chemical imbalance in their brain. Yeah, this is just a very sad situation. So now I'm gonna channel what kind of past lives come through and which you're gonna use your discernment to decide which past life genuinely is going to resonate with you. Y'all, I don't even know if this is possible. Wait, let me look this up because this is what I'm channeling. Okay, I'm channeling a demon or something, but let me see if that's even possible. I don't look, I'm channeling past life things and even myself, like, I don't know anything about past lives, okay? Okay, y'all, look, I gotta be honest, okay? I was channeling a demon, okay? You know how empaths pick up on people and they get drained? It's like the empaths that pick up on this demon, they get so drained and they start, like how we said, becoming sad. They end up exhibiting, like, if they have mental health issues, like the ones that I mentioned before. But this is a result of a demon. This is not brain chemistry. Their brain chemistry may say that there's something wrong, but if the demon's gone, it goes back to normal without the need for medicine. I don't know. I'm confused because, like, then aren't you a human? Then why would you be reincarnated? I don't know. But hey, you know what? This isn't linear, right? This isn't your last past life. This is before. Okay. Sorry. One last comment to say about if you would resonate with the demon one is that I'm not even gonna lie, this is pretty strong demon. You know how we put protective circles around ourselves? Let's say protective shields. If you do spells, you would do literally a circle of protection around yourself, or it could be spiritually, you just close your eyes and you do it. But this is what this demon does to them for themselves. They protect them around energy that would violate whatever they would see as intruders, and they have a very strong boundary, and it's very hard to penetrate. And whoever the humans that they're affecting and they're kind of sucking the life out of, it's like they're imprisoned. Okay, the second one's a human, and I was seeing a male also. I don't know if the demons, I just assume that they're masculine energy, but this second one is a male. He has a mustache. He's a cowboy, and I'm seeing them as like Hispanic though, and they have the cowboy hat. And I got to say, well, this is a bad word in Spanish, but like vaqueros, pendejo. Okay, so the problem with this one, they will trample over anybody. Like, this is someone who steals and robs. They're so destructive. A very volatile energy. They don't have morals, they just are. Whatever benefits them in a selfish matter, they're going to do it. And they're always riding a horse, a brown horse. But what I am seeing is they're a mess, like not a they're confusing, they're unpredictable, basically, their personality. And whenever they go back home, they they tend to an ailing family member, or maybe an ailing son. I was getting an ailing mother, but I think it just represents like an ailing someone that they knew that was ill. So I was getting like a physical disability. It affecting their cognition. Cognition is how well you can use your brain and incorporate it in everyday activities. That's basically it. How well you can learn, stuff like that. So yeah, but they're very kind and loving to this ill person, but whenever they go out in the world, they're like crazy. And I'm seeing them provide for this ill person all by themselves. It's just them and this ill person. Okay, I'm moving on to the next one. And also, I saw a scorpion picture, so I don't know if that has to do with anything. For being your past life, I'm just seeing an orb. So you were a spirit. You know how there's orbs that sometimes you end up seeing if there's any spirits around? And I was seeing the color blue everywhere, so I know that's associated with the throat chakra, but I'm seeing like, do you know what psychedelic designs are? It's like psychedelic patterns. I'm seeing that constantly. But in the middle, there's like, it's either a flower or a butterfly, but it's blue. Everything's blue. So I think that this one is being a spiritual entity that has to do with the color blue. And I'm seeing the color blue being associated with water, but like your spirit is among like the water particles. It's like you giving beauty and light to those that water touches. So it could be if you were in a body of water for your past life, like in a particular section, whoever drinks it is like blessed. If a tree ends up absorbing your water, that tree is blessed with beautiful, um, like anything is beautiful rewards, and if nothing consumes you, then you're just there and you for the past life. You know how whenever you look out in the ocean, you're like, this is so beautiful. It's like really bolsters that moment, of beauty. And like the watercolor is changing to very blue whenever that spirit's around with the water. Okay, guys, very interesting interpretations that I got for your past lives. So now with these three different interpretations I got, I will tailor this reading for about your past life and the details on it for whichever one that your intuition told you was correct. So I'm going to start with the cowboy. I will go with the blue spirit. And then, like, it was like a blue orb and it was just vibrating like hardcore. So very high vibrational. And then I will lead to the demon. I feel like the demon spirit's being really uncooperative right now. I want to go first, but I said what I said. So the cowboy offered their services. Well, I should say vaquero because like I'm hearing nothing but Spanish. This vaquero offered their services to anyone that would pay. They didn't care if they were rich or they're poor. It's just like give me the money and I will complete the task. But then on the side I treasure hunt. On the side I steal. But the odd thing is that they're not wealthy. I think that they have a very short attention span. I think it's basically them getting caught up in the moment and them not caring about, let's say, their future. The only thing that they care about in the future is whoever that they were caring for that was ill. So yeah, that's basically a summation of, a summary of all their life. And they refused help from other people. They wanted to be man-made and self-made. This past life, if this person was raised up with the right values and like a good family system, this person would have been super talented in being an entrepreneur and in business. 100%. This person could have made a whole lot of money, a whole lot of profits. This vaquero would like steal stuff, and they were so crafty and so good at it that it was like expensive things, like something of as important as like the Mona Lisa for some of them. You know the Mona Lisa painting? Like I don't think they were still paintings. It was more like money, or like they would acquire jewelry or like jewels, but it was just as valuable as that painting. They were led astray. They were led off on the wrong side of life. They indulged in the wrong side of life. The reason why they kept themselves in a low vibration and never worked on themselves was because no one really checked on them. No one told them it was wrong, and if someone did, it's like f off. I'm gonna do whatever I want. Like, say I see that one more time, you're gonna be dead. Like, I'm getting someone who's very defensive like that. I'm getting that the way that this person died was something about the bone cracking. So, like, someone could have snapped their neck, or I'm just getting bone cracking. Maybe their horse jumping off of a cliff with them on it, and that's how they die. I don't know. You get me? Something where left them with like a physical disfigurement. I think that when their soul left their body, one of the first things that they thought about was like, I lived a life with like a lot of regrets. So you know how this energy I was talking about with like being very sad or something, or sulky, or having mental issues, I think that once this vaquero passed on, they then went through this time where they were very sad, just regretting everything, the way that their life played out. So yeah, they lived life with regrets at the very end too. It wasn't at the very end that they realized it once their soul was out of their body. I will move on to the uh, high vibing blue spirit I was seeing. Okay, well, as soon as I said that, I'm so sorry if you can hear that in the background, guys. It is super loud. That's because in the video I will edit out how loud it is, but you know how they talk about water element, earth element, fire element? I think that this is like a segment of the water element. So you know how whenever they're like, oh well, you need to pray to the water element if you want this and this to happen. I don't know. Whatever goes about it. I think this is genuinely like a water element that you once were in your past life. Like that's where it all started. Maybe this is talking about your first life when you were made into creation, maybe. Because if it's all the way back to like that spirit, this is like a ancient, like a pure form type of spirit. You get me? So you probably are very well connected to the water element. This past life spirit, super giving, super giving. It's like use me. Let's say if someone's crying and they're at the seashore, or they're at like the edge of a lake and they're crying, and it's like, just touch me, I'll heal you. What ended up happening was, it's like, I have all this power, I have all this potential, like just worship me. Just let me touch you, and let allow you to feel this high vibing energy, this spiritual awakening maybe, and no one ever acknowledging this high vibing spirit. But the thing is that whenever it comes with high vibing spirits, they don't dwell in negative emotions because that lowers their vibration. It's nothing but high vibration. They ended up evolving into a next life because no one ever, it's like they weren't acknowledged, they weren't ever used. No one ever worshipped them, maybe. No one showed them attention. So it's like, am I just gonna stay here and wait for another century, or do I just let my soul go into the reincarnation cycle, let's say, and allow it to learn some lessons? And I'm not seeing this high vibing spirit as being bored. I'm kind of wasting my time here because I'm helping no one, even though I'm trying to open my services to everyone. Oh, that's very sad. But they're not sad about it though. So you know the interpretation with the song that I got? You know, that's so funny. With the vaquero, okay, by the way, this girl's supposed to represent the vaquero. That mowing thing, it stopped every single time I was talking, it like stopped. But then over here with the blue spirit, sorry, that's connecting into the songs, the interpretations that it got, because it's like there's so much mental health like this spirit could have helped so many lives, so many people who had mental health issues, let's say, that were really going through things that just in general that needed healing, and no one ever used them. So I was seeing the water, but maybe it was like, wow, I'm hearing beautiful ringing right now. Yeah, so I was hearing the ringing as soon as I was about to say, or not the ringing, it was like bells chiming. And I think this just reaffirms that I think that this blue, high vibing blue spirit was like a god or a goddess of water. Probably a goddess, honestly. So yeah, if you resonated with this particular blue, high vibing spirit, maybe you can do some more research into it and see if you can connect with them, because they were once a past life of yours. And now I'm going to be moving on to the demon. By the way, this is the blue spirit and this is the demon. So for this particular demon, their downfall, they got caught up in their power and they didn't bother being careful about it. So an example would be them getting so caught up in their power. It's like, wow, I'm so powerful. Like, man, like I could just drain anyone's energy and like I'll get the energy in return. Like they're draining them and they're making them feel low vibing because they're feeding off of it. I can do it to anybody. Like them feeling invincible. So then they're like, you know what? Like why not try on the Pope? So they tried on the Pope. That was their downfall. I'm giving an example, but it's something like that where they messed with the wrong human. They saw everyone as naive and as powerless. This demon learned their lesson because of their ego. And their lesson was, I think, that they ended up, passing on because they ended up being destroyed. This is not another demon. Like, this is not even an angel. This is them messing with a powerless being that they see as powerless, and it backfired on them like tenfold when they passed on, or when they were starting to at the near the end of their life, when they were dying. I actually see my blood. Like they never have seen their blood because no one's ever done that to them. So I'm seeing them dying, like looking at their hands and like looking at the blood dripping down. But this isn't like red blood. This blood smells disgusting. It smells like sewage and then throw up and saw like this is disgusting blood. Ugh. It's like acidic too. Like it's gross. This is gross blood. Yeah, I'm seeing their body not even be there anymore. So there's so much beings in the galaxy. Like I can't just limit this to a human anymore. They could have reincarnated to another galaxy, let's say, or maybe a human. No, it's not limited to a human. It's from another planet, and they were like devoid of something. What was it? Oh, they were devoid of expressing themselves. This energy I was channeling with the songs where they were sad and melancholy because of what they did in because of what they did in their demon life. Their next past life, they were cursed with feeling nothing but sadness and not being able to express, like articulate the sadness, which meant that no one could help them. Like a helpless energy that they lived all their life in. They can't even have the energy to even off themselves, let's say, because it's like I am so just there staring, and this is a bunch of sadness, and that's how the next life paid for their actions. And I'm not surprised if the other life after that had to pay for that, had to pay for that, had to pay for that. So sure, what a wild ride.
So, I think that was just reiterating that was supposed to represent the three of them.
Okay, guys, this next one is, what was your past life's unfinished lessons? Okay, let's say you're, you know what, like the vaquero and the demon one. I don't want to be like them, so I'm just gonna choose the blue spirit or something. If your intuition drew you to the vaquero or the demon, it's because you have a lesson to learn from that past life I just told you about. Okay, like that's the whole point of this reading, is for you to learn, like informational, for you to get something out of it to benefit yourself. Because right after this, I'm going to ask what lessons are you supposed to learn in this lifetime, and what messages do your past lives want to give you in general, like all your past lives. The reason why people were so repelled to them, the demon one, it's obvious. So for the demon one, was just sucking out the energy out of like different human beings, or different beings in general, and it would result in that, and made and them shutting down. But with the other two, it's like I'm seeing someone being so chaotic and so like all over the place, and just so much chaos that it repels people. The opportunity, like, devoid someone of a connection. So with the blue spirit, it's like they're so high vibing. They were so desperate to find someone. I think that's what ended up happening. So like they constantly wanted to help someone. They constantly they were seeking out, but they weren't using their discernment. They weren't seeking out the people who wanted it. So that's why the other people ended up being scared and didn't end up using their energy, and they weren't able to feed off of their followers, let's say, because they only had super little. And it's because they weren't being patient, and they weren't allowing the universe or God to bring them a follower that truly would accept their energy. You get me? And with the vaquero, it's like what I'm talking about isn't really a lesson, it's a result of their personality. So them being so chaotic and them just being so societally like just different that no one, it's like devoids them of connections, devoids them of friendships, of even starting a family. Lessons, whether you learn them the hard or the easy way, you have to learn something from it and you will take it with you for the rest of your life. But something that these three spirits didn't do was not that they stopped, but they never did work on themselves. They never, that thought never crossed their mind to even change themselves to better their circumstances. And this was such an ingrained habit, such an ingrained part of their personality, let's say their psyche, that just never wanted to change. So with the demon, it was like, why would I stop draining people when I get their energy? You know, like why would I stop doing that? Why would I think rethink my strategy? And that's what allowed them to get carried away. With the vaquero, this very like rampant and just chaotic lifestyle, they never changed it because that's how it always was for them. And with the blue spirit, they ended up, it's like the way I'm doing things is how it's supposed to be and it's not working, so I give up. You know, they didn't bother seeing it from a just for different perspective. They didn't want to work on that. And something that they all had in common when they passed away, I deserve what I had coming for me. So I guess in the next life it'll improve. You know, like that's how they all felt when they all were transitioning to being reincarnated. So like the blue spirit, when they ended up giving up and they just ended up going the reincarnation cycle, or with the other two, it's like, you know what, I saw this coming. With the vaquero, it's they ended up realizing that when they passed away, it's like it was a waste of life, so it was a good thing that I passed away, but like them being sulky about it afterward. And my point in saying that is that that in itself is like their downfall, like them just accepting fate, you know, because I'm seeing that once these entities were reincarnated, you know how there's instances where children remember their reincarnation? Like this 100% did not happen with their next reincarnation or with the reincarnations after that. Like they don't want to be remembered. That's my point. So with the blue spirit, I think that this blue spirit was once like a goddess, but I don't want to go back to being worshipped again or something. I don't want to. I'll only go back if I'm given the proper amount of attention. But that in itself is but you don't want to go back and work on it. You just want to wait until they start giving you more energy. You know, like your name and representing who you are more energy. You don't want to put yourself out there. And with the other two, it's like I'm worthless. Really, like there's no point in anyone remembering me. I don't want to be remembered. And that in itself is an unfinished lesson because their low vibing like mentality is showing that, I don't know, you get me, they just easily giving up and just accepting fate. So that in itself is like a downfall. What I noticed with the other one too, like the unfinished lessons, they weren't necessarily like lessons. Like it was just like because of the people that they were, and because they weren't balanced, it could have ended a different way. You know, they could have changed themselves, but they just didn't. Okay, guys, this next one is going to be on what are my lessons in this lifetime. Okay, you guys got two songs. You got Me You by Russ, and you got Big Fish, the lyrics to Big Fish by Vince Staples in reverse. And I will be interpreting your picture first. And as you can see on the screen, it says be kind but take no poop. Okay, guys, so I think I'm talking with people who has their guards up 100%, like does not trust anybody, super hard for you to even let someone in. And even then, it's like you're constantly reevaluating, like, is this the right person in my circle to have them, even though now I trust them? Gosh, it's just like living on the edge, kind of. It's like you look at red flags, and if someone shows a red flag, it's like, okay, well, I'll keep that in mind. I'll 100% keep that in mind. And once it reaches like number 10, red flag or something like that, then I'll leave. Like not even I'll leave, like they leave. They need to go. I don't think you realize this. I don't think you realize that. Okay, so this whole picture, it's pink, right? Like love, compassion, beauty, all the colors that you would think of whenever you think of pink. And I think that you think it's like out of love, I will set this boundary. Out of love, because I want to love the right people, I'm only going to let the right people in my life. Like that's what you're not coming from a bad perspective, not even like a paranoid perspective. It's like, well, what do you mean? Like, I have to do that. For you, it's been so ingrained in you that you have to protect yourself, that you see that as a way of showing your self love. But you don't realize, like, that's not right. Okay, I'll give you this example. I gave it before, I think in like one reading, but when I was a little girl, I lived in a very unstable household, and whenever I would watch movies and stuff, and I'd see like a family sitting together or like a mother hugging them, I would think it's like, oh wow, like it's so weird that society pushes this image, like how everyone just has to be fake. I thought that they were all being fake, but that's technically actors and actresses are being fake, but like they're emulating what love is supposed to be, and I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I thought that it was all fake. Like I thought everyone was faking. I thought that my friends actually had the same family household as I did, when they actually lived like normal lives, and they actually did normally express that. Like I just thought that I had to fake it to make it. Like I thought everyone was faking it to making it, but it was only me. And my point is saying that is like, I didn't know better. I didn't know that that was wrong. And I think that that's where you're coming from, where I think you had some things happen to you, or yeah, you had some things happen to you, or you picked up on things from your environment when you were younger that taught you that this was okay, the way that you show love, the way that you take in love, just in general about the concept of love. But everything's just all skewed and wrong, okay? In the way that you do it. I'm so sorry to let you know, but I think that you need to be a lot more at peace with letting people in and out. Okay, y'all, I don't know what's going on. It keeps on stopping. It keeps on stopping, and it's not recording. I don't know what's up. So I'm gonna just finish this off by just basically saying you need to stand. You need to first off see the positive things in life. So you know how I was saying with the hate comment, um, they're hating on you. They're taking time of their day and they're stalking you. And like you don't realize, but like if you have a YouTube channel, it's like they're giving you views. Like stop seeing it so negatively. Like stop just being dismissive of it. Stop hermiting yourself. You need to accept it. No mames, it keeps on stopping. Okay, so please like this, like, comment, subscribe, and hope you guys have a great day and night. Bye. Hey, welcome to my reading part 3. Of course, the sound. Okay. I don't know if you can hear that. This is gonna be on your past life, guys. So this particular past, look, you might have many past lives. Hell, maybe you have none because this is your first life. Okay, like who knows? But we're gonna find this out. The other two were just so I don't even haven't even done research on past lives honestly, and I channeled so much stuff, so much possibilities. Anyways, this is the past life that's going to be coming through is the one that you need to hear about. Okay, it's gonna resonate with everything about your spiritual journey that I'm gonna be asking over here on what are your lessons in the future. So with that in mind, I have to start channeling. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna channel with these two songs I got for you. You got Fear by Kendrick, and then you got the lyrics to Fetish by Selena Gomez. Okay, guys, with the other ones, I channeled three different past lives, and you had to use your own intuition to guide you to which one resonated, okay? But this one I'm getting it's only gonna have two, not three. This is the first one that's coming through, okay? The first thing I got, the first word I heard was functioning dysfunction. And then I started feeling like heat, like especially my face, it was so hot, like if the sun had been just on it for hours, you know how you feel with that kind of heat? And I was getting short hair. Oh my gosh. Okay. I think I'm channeling this first one is I think this person's a slave. As soon as I was telling you about it, I got this person I was picturing it's a male. And from afar, from like a shed or something, he's like looking at these two white people who are dressed up nicely. The girl is wearing a gorgeous dress and a hat, and the man's wearing a top hat. I what's it called, like aiko with a monocle, whatever you put on one eye. But this one's an old man, and he's talking with a beautiful lady. So maybe that's the daughter. I think it's the manual labor that's in the way of his life. So it's like I can't even be able to become that rich because I'm stuck in this lifestyle. You know, as in your past life's character, if you resonate for this past life, this seems like a very honest man and a very hardworking person. If I'm being real, I'm not getting black skin. I was getting, like Mexican skin. Have you ever seen a Mexican skin and they look like they're black but like they're not, because of their skin color? I was getting that because the features don't seem they have African American features. It's work, 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 sleep, work. Hopefully I get to eat, then I work. But I always work. I work and I work. I don't have kids. I don't have family. But this person probably never sees them. Very durable person. That's all I'm gonna say. So now I will be channeling this next past life. This person passed away because they were drowned. Like it's not you. Oh, I slipped into a pond. Oh, I'll swim off, and then I end up getting dragged by the current. Then I die. No, it was purposeful. Someone. Oh my gosh, it's not telling me anything about about the life that they lived. I When they were drowned, their body is like on the floor of the water, like with the plants underneath, and it's like their soul. This is so disgusting. Their soul is stuck there. Their soul is. They can't escape from. I don't know why they can't escape though. I'm so confused. Well, with my knowledge of past lives, what happens is that you pass away, then your karma continues because your life into continuing. But with this one, it's like their soul wasn't even able to. Purgatory. Purgatory. Like the souls, their soul can't go to hell, can't even go to heaven because they still have something to do and they have to accomplish it. This is sad. It's like purgatory for this person, but they're stuck in that one place where their body's at. Oh my gosh. I think someone needed to like release them. This is so. Oh, I can't. I can't get into their energy. I feel so. Oh, I feel so. Like tears aren't even coming out. It's like I'm hyperventilating. I think I'm hyperventilating because of like I can't breathe, maybe because their body was stuck in the ocean. Please get me out of the energy. Please just wait. I need to tap. Okay, now I will be interpreting the songs. I'm hearing Black Magic Woman. Um, it's an old song. I think it's a rock song or jazz. I don't know. So, if you resonated with The Slave, these songs are basically, I think it's just reiterating the constant work that I was channeling. So, they're so refined, they're so good at whatever field work they do, whatever they have to build, whatever they're being hired to do constantly, like amazing at it. And it's kind of sad because, okay, I didn't want to say this because I didn't know if it was my bias coming in, but when I was channeling this slave, they looked at the girl and they were saying I could never have her and then walked away. So I think that's reiterating that this person, like the hierarchy and I think it's systematic racism. Is that what it is? Yeah. This slave had it instilled in them, ingrained in them that they weren't enough. The only thing they were good at was at their craft or whatever job that they did. That's the only thing. So if you're raising someone up to be like that and you're constantly working in that environment, being even subliminally told that you're not enough, you can only do this. That's the only thing you can ever do in life. This it ends up translating in your life. So I think this is why this slave didn't bother looking for love outside because they didn't think that they were deserving enough. They didn't think that they were really deserving of anything except for the money that they worked for themselves. This slave, I don't even think that they even saw family. I think it was rarely, and whenever they would, I think that there was problems with their family saying that work got in the way with them. Like, it's just them being insensitive. So this slave was probably worked to the bone, and the few times that they had time to go home and see family, they were probably exhausted. They were probably grumpy. They probably lost their social etiquette. You get me? I'm trying to empathize with this slave because it's like my family's not happy with me. What makes me think I can make anyone happy? Like it's kind of sad. Okay, now I have to channel the other one. I don't want to channel, but I have to. This second one, if this one resonated with you, where your past life soul was stuck in a long time, where they died in the water. Y'all, this okay. Well, I was first going to interpret the cards, but then I was channeling like, oh, they were saying like this is all bullshit. Like why are you looking at the cards? Like it's bullshit. It's this like I'll tell you. You don't have to read the cards. So hi this one I was really feeling their energy coursing through me when I was channeling them, and I guess I have to do that now. And the main thing I was getting it was like, why am I here? Like who cares about the songs? Like, why am I here? Like that's what they were saying when their soul was stuck down there. I hope it still isn't. That'd be sad. No, I don't think it. I'm assuming it didn't because of reincarnation and because you're here now. Anyways, but it's them saying, why did this happen? Like, why did that have to happen to me? Like, they're so being so restless about it. I think that they're still restless about, gosh, I don't know what else to say. I feel really bad. So I picked out a picture for you guys that I'll be putting on the screen here. This is supposed to represent your past lives. And it says, I didn't know what to do with the way we kept growing apart, so I let you go. I feel like I'm talking too much. I'm talking too much, honestly, because second spirit, the second is past life for you. Okay, if this past life, I'm going to say that the one who passed away in the water, okay? They're wanting to come through first in my interpretation of this picture. I'm getting the saying, if there's a will, there's a way. Oh, okay. Well, I guess good news. I think that first off, if you chose, I think you have a very strong because this past life was super strong. Like their energy was overtake. Like I had to pay attention to them. I couldn't ignore them. You get me? Anyways, what they want to let you know, or not even let you know, this is what happened at the end. When there's a will, there's a way. So they ended up going to heaven, or their soul ended up being freed. And the reason why I was crying, I don't know if I'm gonna edit that out, but I was crying. I was crying because it's like I'm so happy. I'm happy that that was able to happen for them. I'm very proud because that was a horrible sinking energy I was in before. Oh my gosh! Wow. So if you resonated with the slave past life, you see, they had time to give you messages, but they're coming through now. It's like their message to you is like, when I was alive, I kept on doing, but when you're alive, you're growing. Like talking to you, Pal 3. And I was getting the imagery with the two flowers being taken out and like yanked out, and then they're walking forward towards the light. And I think that that's supposed to represent. Remember how I told you that I saw two people? I think that was supposed to represent that they should have gone on. Like they should have stopped working under their control. They should have stopped being under their control. But I don't think that they knew better personally, like my opinion. But with that being said, it's like this is a very encouraging. Wow, these are really encouraging past lives. Anyways, so this is like a very encouraging, like, keep on growing. Don't be afraid to outgrow your environment. I think that's the message there. Then I got the word popsicles, but sometimes I get the words not supposed to interpret them, but I guess that's supposed to be like have fun or something. No, that's not the message. Now I have to interpret what that popsicle meant. Whatever. It's up to you to decide what that meant. So now I'm going over here with the cards. Damn, these messages are coming through. What? I guess it's easier on me, right? Okay, both of these past lives would like to tell you. I think that both of these past lives, if you believe in heaven, they're in heaven. My point is that they're free. Like their soul is free. They've made peace. And they're really enjoying not just themselves, but like just raising up their vibration, just like enjoying high vibrational things. Like that's what it means by party. Like keep on connecting with the divine. Keep on like this is really beautiful energy of like them just like they don't stop growing. And over here with you don't know how much you mean to me, and this is in reverse because this is supposed to be you. So it's like saying me being them. You have no idea who I am. Even none of the past, like I feel like you just don't know who they are. I don't think that you're truly connected with a past life. If you have attempted, I think you only got like a small glimpse, and it's saying one day, like, well, one day we'll see each other. But it's not in like a condescending way, like I'll wait until you die, then I'll wait. It's not. It's just whenever it happens, it just happens, and oh, okay, then I'll just go see Paul 3. Very optimistic, very much like hoping that you're gonna do well in this life, and whatever happens, happens. If you don't, then you don't. We'll have a combo after though when you pass on. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Okay. This is going to be on your unfinished lessons. I mean, I said your past lives unfinished lessons. And it's so funny because I keep on getting interrupted, guys. I keep on getting calls, I keep on getting texts. Oh, you got two songs. You got the lyrics to Cocktail by Earth Gang in reverse, and then you got Killing Me Softly with this song. Well, I mean, with his song by Fugees. Why are you keep on talking about the old me. I feel like these two souls are evolved now. And it's like, that was my life on earth and everything, but that's not who I am now. For in their eyes, like they don't see the point in going over like unfinished stuff when they were alive. Cause I think that now they have a good grasp of their lessons. It's like I'm saying unfinished lessons, but it's like who cares? And they're like that's what they're both saying. Like who cares? Because it's like right now, are you hearing that? People are yelling out here. God, their soul is at the point where they want to teach, they want to help, they want to visit their other family line. You know, it's like they're active in the spirit world. That's my point, in a high vibing way, and they're very giving. It's like just let me enjoy life. And basically, I think you have a gist of what the lessons were for both of them. The lessons, not only have I already outdone myself, yes, I didn't complete them while I was not alive, let's say, but it's like now I'm better than that. And then like way more. Like I'm such an evolved soul. Like I don't need any, but I don't I'm gonna make an analogy with like sin, let's say. All the sins that were in my body when I was alive, they're not connected to me at all anymore. I'm so high vibing. I'm helping my lineage, helping my ancestors. Um, if you believe in God, I'm helping God. Like I want to evolve into an even better not human, sorry, an even better soul. So maybe they're looking to raise up in the ranks. Definitely, I'm seeing that. This is so funny because usually it linked back to a lesson. Oh no, never mind. I think it is going to eventually. Okay, sorry. Anyways, this next one is going to be on what are your lessons, Paul, three in this life? Like, I wonder if spirit just like has all these distractions, all these noises, like just because they think it's funny to distract me. Like at the same time, that could be me being selfish. So it's just every single time, it never fails. I would just like to point out first, I read intuitively, but before I read intuitively, self esteem is in reverse, and then it says flirt and nervous. Guys, maybe you have a self esteem problem, but whatever, we'll get into it. I got a picture for you. So it says, I'm going straight here, the connection was unearthly. And you got the lyrics to Got Friends by Goldlink. Song always comes up. Your problem is that you're too committed. Maybe you can be too stubborn about things too much, or stubborn is like whenever you have an idea and you just, I'm gonna give you an example, and you just want it done. You want it done. You know it's going to work. You want it done. But for you, it's to the point where like it's not even stubbornness. It's like kind of like ignorance. Like everyone's telling you not to start that business, but you still started because everyone's a hater. But then you end up learning it the hard way that they were right. But you still keep on this stubbornness, this purposeful ignorance is what I'm getting. And I think that a lesson that you have to learn in this life, it just sounds rude or something, but the only way for you to win this lesson is for you to basically bow down and be subservient. Because it's like I can't be ignorant anymore. I can't stop being stubborn. Like I just give up. I have to. I'm gonna say the different scenarios how this can manifest. One way is that you're being too stubborn in like the way you want to do spirituality, let's say, and like your spirit guides and like just like your intuition keeps on telling you to not do something, and then you end up doing it, and you end up messing it up, and you still keep on like being stubborn and not listen to their advice. The only way for you to a lesson that you have to learn this lifetime is to be subservient to spirit. Like my point, like give all of yourself to spirit. Like I think your problem is that you have a problem with trusting spirit, giving your full like heart, your soul to spirit and trusting them. And another way this can manifest is physically. So I was kind of getting like a victim mentality too. Maybe you feel like you're an outcast from your family. You feel like they never just understood you. But honestly, if you're in this reading, the reality is that you're not compromising at all. Like you don't try to learn from other people. You need to experience it yourself. And the only lesson that you need to learn in this lifetime is to not only be receptive to advice, but also make amends with the people that are the bridges that you burned, let's say, as a result from your stubbornness. One last example how this can manifest is, let's say you have a great relationship with your family, a great relationship with spirit. It's just that you are like lowballing your potential. Like let's say you want to become a doctor, but you're giving yourself like a 15-year plan to become a doctor when you know that you can do the fast track one, but you like you're just like like I'm gonna be too stressed, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do you do things like this, like you ruin opportunities for yourself like this. You ruin making connections, let's say, because you want to just find the perfect friends that are loyal, that aren't, I don't know, like just being too picky about your environment, being too picky about your life, and how wanting it to go a certain way. And it's like, yeah, I may be in tune with spirit, like I may have a great relationship with my family, but my personal life, it's my stubbornness that's compromising me. It's my unwillingness to change, my unwillingness to evolve. Anyways, y'all, I just got that all from a song. You guys got the picture. I put that on the screen before, but I'll put it up again. With the picture, I'm getting that you have a bad connection with the element of earth or being grounded. I think it's the root chakra that's with grounding and stuff. Like it's all messed up down there. Like what? I don't mean to laugh to make fun of you. It's just like it's bad. I don't really know the problems associated with being with the root chakra, but what I'm channeling is like you can definitely have problems with headaches, tension headaches specifically. Tension headaches are you feel like there's a headband around your brain or like around your head, but it's actually just a tension headache. It's nothing around it. I think that you don't like dressing up yourself, like putting on makeup. You go for the more plain style. I told you that you have many past lives, and those two that came out, whichever one you resonated with, they came out for a reason. And I think that you have to learn a lesson from what they did. So they were stifled and they couldn't evolve. The problem is that you're going down the exact same path. And it's so funny because I feel like you think that if anything, you're too grounded. Like you're probably being like, what do you mean? Like I don't even focus on spirituality that much. Maybe I work a lot, or what do you mean? Like I meditate a lot or something. But there's your soul is like here's a potential that like a normal soul has to like evolve, especially one of like psychic abilities and stuff. And a there's a line, and you can only go up to here. You can never reach this because there's something that your soul has to learn probably in every single life that you have to break through this line to be able to evolve further, like physically and mentally and spiritually. I have an idea that it's this because It's the way that it's like you're just too stubborn in the way that you're thinking for in your life. You're just too stubborn in your perspective with the slave life. Honestly, he was too ingrained in he didn't think he was enough. Okay? For the person who drowned, their soul was attached to where they died for the longest time. And it's like you're no different, especially if you picked the particular past life, whatever you resonated with. I think that that caters more to your problem. I'm just letting you know right now your spiritual growth is halted. It can't go any further. I don't know how you think that you can manifest things into your life. It's You're not going to manifest huge opportunities into your life until you remove this blockage from yourself. You can manifest maybe a raise. You can manifest a job in like the same field. You can manifest an ex. You're not going to manifest new love. And if you do manifest it, it's sad because your true love, you're just going to end up messing it up. I'm telling you, your soul needs to evolve. And I'm warning you, okay? And I'm sorry if it seems like if I'm really rubbing it in your face, like, you're not evolved, it's not even that. Like, I'm trying to help you, okay? It keeps on coming through, especially with the picture. Okay, with this over here, I was getting that you need to stop using humor to mask your really. You need to stop using humor to mask like your pain or like the truth specifically. You know what, guys? I'm gonna tell you guys something special with look for a sign here. I don't think you know how to stop thinking. I don't think you know how to truly meditate, especially if you've been meditating constant. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you my experience with meditating, and it's not gonna be super long. Okay, it's not gonna be like 5 minutes. So I just learned how to control my breathing, meditate, whatever. That's all meditating was for me. It would just calm my mind. It would just help me have less anxiety. That was it. But one day, something snapped. I don't know what snapped, but I started feeling like boss, like all this energy in me, and everything was flowing. And I feel like everything was like activated in me, and I was like, "What is going on?" And ever since then, I can't meditate the same way. I can't meditate and not feel vibrations around me. I can't meditate without feeling like if I'm like out of my body. And my point is that you need to reach that level. I don't think that you can reach that level until you get past this. And I think what's happening here, especially with this deception and scared, it's like I'm seeing you masking. You have masked with yourself. An example is like you have so much defense mechanisms. It's like when are you gonna be real with yourself? Okay, I don't know you personally, especially because this is a general reading, but it's like you're scared of change. You're not just change. You're scared to evolve. You're scared of your true potential. Cause change, I feel like whenever I think of change, I think of like me dyeing my hair, me getting my nails done. But evolving, to me, I think of like the soul, like my whole personality ends up changing, my whole demeanor ends up changing. The people I seek out end up changing. I just don't feel like you're ready for that. And that's okay. You just need to accept the fact that you're doing this to yourself. So the last pile is the message that your past, oh, not your past, okay, yes, your past lives, but like not just the ones that I read for you, but in general, like what message do your past lives want to give to you? Look how that came out. It says you deserve love, and yes to that, but not to the new love. Okay, this is their message to you. You're beautiful inside, okay? Like you're so gorgeous, you're so pretty, like your soul is so beautiful, it's amazing. And you're like, thank you, like I know, right? Like I'm such a great person. It's like, do you realize the good qualities in you? Like, do you really know that your soul's good? Because I'm telling you, and your past lives are telling you right now, you're so beautiful. Like you're gorgeous, but I'm getting like your soul because they have once with the whole past life situation and stuff, like they have once have had your soul too, like in the reincarnation cycle. And like you're gorgeous, you're so beautiful, especially in the spiritual world. Like your actions don't reflect that. There you go. Your actions don't reflect that you think that you're beautiful. If you truly saw the blueprint of your soul, of what qualities you were good at, what qualities you're bad at, how in tune your soul would be with your ancestors and stuff, like your potential. If you really knew yourself, you would not keep yourself stuck in the situation that you're at. The problem is that you don't know yourself. You can't find yourself, and this would make sense if you're young. And I'm getting this phrase, which I've never thought about it like this, but it's like your physical body is low vibing. Like you're doing low vibing things. You're lowering your potential to what you're. It's like your soul is vibrating at super super high frequency, super high vibing, and it's like your body and your brain is forcing your soul and the body to be in a lower vibration. Like you're not maximizing your potential. I don't know how else to emphasize that. And it's because of this, it's this innate block. And at the end of the day, okay, so when I was reading their unfinished lesson, you know how it was like, who cares about my unfinished lessons? It's like I am who I am. That is not me. I am who I am now, and I'm evolved. That was both of the past lives mindsets. But with you, you need to take on that mindset. And with the example that I was giving, especially with these two, it's like, let's say you've had a long time ex and you're always on and off with them. If you really saw your true beauty, your potential, what you deserve, it's like I deserve love. I deserve love, and I'm not getting that, so I'm gonna go. And it's situations like that, and probably other like work situations that's keeping you at a low vibration. And it's because you don't realize your worth. And even if you do realize your worth, you're not bothering to have your environment match it. So with that in mind, it's like, how do you expect big manifestations to work when you don't want to change your environment, when you're not open to change? That's why only little manifestations aren't going to work, because you're only willing to work at those. I find it kind of like comical. I'm not finding you comical. I'm finding it comical in that I've heard in spiritual awakenings, whenever it happens to someone, and then they end up losing their job, and then they end up being forced. But I don't see spirit forcing you to do that. Didn't force your other past lives also to do that. It's like it's an innate lesson that you have to learn. It's something that spirit can only take you so much. Like spirit can only take you along the ride and help you out so much. You have to also do the work. And this is the main work that you have to do in this life. So I hope I didn't come off as too negative, because I actually see so much potential for you. Like, especially whenever your past lives came through, it was like you're so beautiful. I don't even think you realize how beautiful you are. Gorgeous. God, you are stunning. And I'm not just saying that in like physical looks, but like your potential, like just your energy. It can be so gorgeous and vibing, but you need to embrace that, okay? You need to do things to allow you to have that gorgeous energy, okay? God, you are beautiful, okay? You are a beautiful Padre, like really. And I hope that if anything, this was an empowering message, and I hope that this opened your eyes. And I really do wish you luck in this life lesson that you have to learn. And keep in mind that this is a life lesson, so don't stress about it. Uh, just take small steps. Okay. Please comment if this resonated. It would mean a lot if you commented. and I read your comments. And I hope you guys have a great day or night. And subscribe to the channel and like or dislike. Yeah. Bye.